Hi, guys. Thanks for joining my YouTube channel. Well, guys, we have some breaking news. Today, we will hear from a lawyer who looked up the Martel Holt information. His public record has been exposed. Again, I've been hearing all day in my comments that Martel has been arrested. Martel has a situation with Arion. As of today, Wednesday, okay, when this incident took place, I believe Friday or Saturday, as of today, that public information would have been released by now. As of today, you will hear from the lawyer. There has been nothing publicly There has been nothing public that has indicated that Martel Holt was arrested. If he was taken down to the precinct, there would be no record of it. There's only a record of it if you're prosecuted. If you're arrested and they do paperwork on you and it goes to the clerk's office, once the clerk office gets it, and do the paperwork, then it becomes public record. You will hear from the lawyer indicate that he ran the record. He ran the record, and nothing recently has come up about Martel Holt. Now, some of you know, some of you don't know maybe. Martel Holt does have a criminal past. He does have a criminal record. Has Martel Holt ever done any jail time? No, he has not. But Martel Holt was charged in the ATM situation. He was charged. His record was expunged, though. Okay, so that information does not come up. But he was charged. You'll find that this information was pulled up in his public record. Okay, that he was charged back in, I believe it was 2007. Okay, Martel was charged with carrying burglary tools. He took the situation to trial. He blew the trial. They gave him a 10-year suspended sentence. A suspended sentence meaning he did not have to do any jail time. He was given 3 years of probation. Okay, he completed the 3 years of probation. The sentence was suspended, so therefore he did not ever do time in prison. He didn't lie about that. He never did time in prison. Okay, the sentence was suspended. He was given 3 years probation. And after the 3 years probation, about 7 years later, he filed for a pardon. Okay, that is to expunge your record, to wipe it pretty much clean. You understand? Now, this lawyer was able to pull it up because, he has access, I guess. But after 7 years, he applied to have his record pardoned. He was running and working in Holt and Holt. I guess he had good behavior. Everything went well, and they accepted it and they pardoned his record. So yes, Martel does have a criminal past. He has never did time in jail, but he was on probation for 3 years. And he did receive a 10-year suspended sentence, I guess, because it probably was his first offense. His first time, he probably had a job at the time. There's a number of things that goes into this, especially the fact that he had never been arrested before. He had never been in trouble. And so they normally give these type of sentences to minors who get in trouble, suspended sentences. They suspend it for a certain amount of time. If they don't get in trouble without this time frame when you're a minor, they take it off of your record. It's nowhere to be found. But I don't know how they handled this situation. All I know is the public record showed that he did go to trial. He was given 10 years, allegedly, but this is accurate information, but I have to say allegedly. He was given 10 years a suspended sentence, no time. He was given 3 years probation. After the 3 years probation, about 7 years later, he applied for a pardon. It was granted. And, that's the record of Martel Holt so far. This situation with Arion, there's no record of it. So he was not arrested. Now, we heard from different individuals that they were arguing. He was taken down to the precinct to cool off. There's no proof of that. There's no record of that. If it happened, it happened. If it happened, eventually it'll come out. But as of now, there is no record of Martel Holt being arrested, being detained, being taken down to a precinct. There's no record of it. Again, if it happened, it happened. It'll come out eventually, maybe, maybe not. But there's no proof of them being in any kind of trouble, him or Arion. There's no proof of it. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
So I was asked to run, hey, can you find out anything about this? And I looked and I found nothing in Huntsville, which is in Morgan County, Alabama, showing that there was ever a formal charge regarding anything in regard to what y'all have been talking about under that individual's name. But when you run an individual's name, it opens up everything every public record regarding that individual. And an individual named Martel Holt was convicted of possession of burglary tools in 2007 in Morgan County, Alabama. The birth date of the individual that's listed in the public records, that's a matter of public record too. And that is showing a birth date of, I believe, January the 4th of 1982. So I haven't confirmed. And again, I'm not confirming whether or not this is the same individual. All I know is this is a matter of public record. And if this turns out, through y'all finding out that this other individual has that same birth date, then, no, I mean, you don't have to, if you're like detained by the police, and there's not a formal arrest, then there's not going to be anything like a booking photo or anything of that nature because you have not formally been charged. And what generally happens is if you're arrested in this state and you're booked into the jail and you make bond or you remain in jail, once all that information is gathered, it is turned over to the clerk's office of that county and they open a file. And once that file is open, then it's a matter of public record. So what I'm saying is when I looked, I did not see anything, in that, any kind of a formal charge like that against an individual with this name.